Welcome to the episode 81, or rather 82 actually. Sorry, my bad. After you do a few, you sometimes miss the numbers. But quick check, are we live on LinkedIn and YouTube? I can see. So those who are already live on YouTube or LinkedIn, do let me know where are you joining from and what are your questions. Why are you here? And if everything is okay with you today. The today's show or talk, as I sometimes refer to, is a very interesting one. If you've noticed, the last three talks that I've had, particularly the last two ones with Shiv Kumar and then with Shubhro Mitra, were more about emotional and psychological, spiritual fitness in some sense. We even had on my audio event, we had Pragati Rao as well. So she's a trained psychologist and a clinical therapist as well. So she spoke about burnout and the psychological aspect. So we have invested about 2 weeks in trying to understand these aspects, which is the psychological aspects of fitness. Because in career, and this show is all about mid-career, in your career you need multiple dimensions of fitness. So that got me to do all those things. And yesterday we had Kumar Raj to speak about financial fitness. Right? So you are working well, you are earning some money. How should you invest your money so that it grows and it doesn't just sit in the bank? But there is one aspect of uh, fitness which I also wanted to separately cover is the physical fitness aspect. Many of you know that I have been an amateur runner earlier, currently not so active. So my interest in physical fitness has been there for some time. And before I turned into an amateur runner, I was for many years complete couch potato. So, so you can say that it is a complete turnaround. So my interest has been there, and I've always been looking for people who can bring more scientific and expert level knowledge in this. About a year or maybe year and a half ago, we had on the show Pramod Deshpande, who is one of India's top marathon trainers. His students have gone to several international marathons and won medals as well. And he, of course, runs a running club in Bangalore. And so, after a break, long break of more than a year or so, I thought that we bring somebody who has a more holistic approach. Of course, running is important, but there has to be some more holistic approach. And as you get older in your life career, what other things can you do? So that's the event today. We have a celebrity of sorts. I will read out the profile. Diksha Chhabra amongst us. She is a very popular Instagram influencer around fitness and related topics, and I have brought her to LinkedIn and YouTube. Hopefully, this will add a new audience to her work. Now, very quickly, before I bring her into the show, Diksha is, of course, a certified fitness coach and nutritionist and has helped over 1,200 women to navigate their fitness or improve their fitness levels. Has virtually and physically trained over 50,000 individuals already across organizations, startups, and several companies. She will tell her story when she comes live, but I can tell you a brief. Like many other homemakers and forget homemakers, anybody. I have had that weight trouble. She put on weight significantly, and then decided to lose it. How, when, what, where, we will ask her. So I am not going to tell you that part. And now, for several years, she has been amongst the fittest people that I know. Won the Women Achievers Award in 2018, three TED Talks already, four Joe's Talks, huge community on Instagram, the second runner-up at Miss India Earth 2017, brand ambassador for several fitness brands, multiple articles, received the title of Fit India Champion from the Government of India, and the list goes on. Just to add a little bit more, she is quite well invited on many news channels and media publications, including BBC, Entrepreneur India Magazine, Your Story Media, India Today, and many more. So with that, I have the honor and privilege of inviting Diksha Chhabra to the stage. Diksha ji, namaste and welcome to the show.
Thank you, Anshuman. Thank you for this opportunity. And I'm so thrilled and excited to be here on your platform. And as the show suggests, manage better. What better platform can it be where we can talk about how to manage your health and fitness and nutrition better when you are at some stage of your career? And that's the biggest population of workforce, those who are working at their mid-level career life, and that's the time when you struggle with your health issues as well. So if you learn how to manage your health while progressing in your career graph, um, what better you can ask for? So let me give you
Exactly.
some introduction to myself about myself.
Sure.
I'm Diksha Chhabra. I'm a fitness expert, and this started as my own with my own transformation, and eventually I developed interest and passion in this field, and I acquired the right certifications and degrees, and that's when I started with this company. And it's been 6 years. I've been helping people across the globe, not just Indians, but people from different nationalities, to improvise their life better with the right nutrition habits and exercise habits.
Fantastic. Thanks, Diksha. This is a topic where I would have struggled to introduce you because, of course, I've been a little interested in fitness, but like many people, we are just interested. कुछ करते नहीं है.
Yeah,
The reason why I thought you will be a fantastic guest for the show is that we need some additional motivation, maybe from science behind fitness, maybe from practice that you do, maybe from other motivational stories, in the sense that people you have helped from your own story and so on. And that if can it can help a few people, including me, restart or fresh start their journey into getting fitter. That will be my objective of the this talk. The You did mention mid career, and I do want to remind everybody that mid career is the phase where is the longest phase of our career. Sometimes it lasts about 30 to
absolutely.
40 years, and many people retire from mid career. They don't go to senior executive level, and it is fine.
Absolutely.
That
Yeah.
is not something in our control. So, when this is the longest phase of our career, some people are working for longer than they are married. So, this is actually a significant portion of our life. We just underestimate the length, the duration of this period, and all kinds of issues which are related to mental health now, which is a combination of multiple I would say areas: physical fitness, financial fitness, everything downgrades in this period. While our
Yes.
work is upgrading, maybe our salary is also upgrading in many cases, but these other fitnesses take a downward spiral, and many of them, unfortunately, are irreversible. But fitness is physical fitness is something that is, I won't say irreversible. There are ways to recover your fitness back again. Of course, none of us will go to the next Olympics, but we can certainly live longer, live a better life, even if we live longer. Uh, Whatever is the life given to us, at least we will live on our own terms. And one statistic, Diksha, I would like to quote in most of my sessions is that at the turn of the century, which is year 2000, the average age in India, average means all people included in India, men, women of all social strata, all any kind of category, was 62 years. So, which means
Exactly.
that that was the average mortality or average age. Now that average age is expected by 2025, which is 2 years from now, is expected to be 72. So in 25 years, Indians have gained 10 average years more. We are
Yeah.
going to live longer, we are going to work longer, and by logic, if we are going to live longer, we are likely to be a little healthy also, or we will need to be healthy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's very
So
important.
the pressure to be fitter is not just to run the next marathon; it is to live a healthy,
Run a
survive
marathon of
and
life.
life.
Keep running in the marathon of life. That's
Well,
so true.
well
Anshuman, you
said.
rightly said, it starts with the disruption in the balance of all kinds of fitness. and
Mm.
be it financial, mental, physical. But one has to understand that this is one body that you're born with, and you have to live in this body. And if this body itself, where where everything, your entire life is surrounded, and your existence is with this physical entity, if that is not healthy, then no matter how much secure you are at the financial level, at the career level, and you're having the greatest family life and everything, it's a waste of all sorts of
Yeah,
achievements that you have achieved.
it won't be well balanced. Fair enough. So with
Absolutely.
this introduction and an introductory comment, Diksha, I will jump into some questions, and this is the period where the show shifts from the host to the to the guest. So
All set.
the question I have had in my mind at least, is that where, and I have read about your story. We have spoken earlier, and I've seen your videos, but particularly the TED talk that you gave, the first one, where you shared your journey. But in summary, would you like to share your journey? It's very inspiring for anybody to listen to. So if you can give a quick summary of from 100 to 60 or 65 now, um, and I'll not steal your
Sure.
thunder. So over to you. So, uh,
Sure, sure. So this started in the year 2016. I was also working for a for a for a school. I was heading a school rather, and I was it was beginning of my career, 5 6 years of experience. But then life happens, and you're not just working. You are, as a woman, you have to take many other roles, as a as a wife, as a mother, as a daughter-in-law. So all these things took a toll on me, with that with that pressure of work responsibilities, and my health started deteriorating. My started putting on weight, and that's when I decided, this is not the age to feel this miserable physically. Let me take a break for a month. I put down my papers in my earlier company, and I was like, let me take a break of a month, and I already started giving interviews for the next role. But then that break, that sabbatical, never got over. Within that month, I started with a small goal that, let me just lose 5 kgs of my excess weight. I was approximately 100 kgs, and not just the weight or the body shaming. I was breathless. I couldn't attend to my son, who was a toddler that time. And I was struggling with PCOD and thyroid. My sugar levels were always high. My stress, my vitamin profile, everything was like fully disturbed. And I was popping pills like a like a 70 80 year old woman, with all the supplements and everything. And I was so disheartened and demotivated, because as a child I was very active, as a student in my college days. So this was something that I was not able to relate to. So I thought, okay, let me take a break for a month, and I'll join another company. And but when I started enjoying this journey within a month, and I was like, let me give another one to myself. You know, thankfully, I had that leverage. Not many people have that leverage. So every month it started like that. Let me, do it more, 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 and then eventually I decided, this is something that interests me. I'm very passionate about, and I know a lot of women like me who are at this stage and of their life, need this help. They feel lost. They don't know how to bring that balance. Let me do something and help them, just like I helped myself. I felt very lost when I started this journey. So with that intention, I started studying about it. Obviously, the intention was to first teach yourself, and I just wanted to help people with, on an inspiration level, that if she can do, why can't I do? But then I could understand the need of professional help. There was so much of there was dearth of that professional help that time. And moreover, women, not everybody can take out the time to go to the gym. So this was way before pandemic, that I decided that let me figure out something that can help anybody, not just women, but anybody. If they want to start this fitness journey, they can do it at home, like I did. I learned initially I learned it all by myself. I learned how nutrition works, how what kind of exercises help you, and that's how I progressed to the professional level. But then, as a professional, if I can give them that key to that puzzle, that you can do this at home, be it in any remote area, or in a profile where you have to travel a lot, or you have you just given birth to a child, and you have a demanding job. If you have, we all have that 24 hours. If you can spare 30-40 minutes a day, I will make sure that you are in your better state of health. So this was the intention, and that's how it all started. I can't hear you, Anshuman.
Sorry, sorry.
Yeah.
So I muted myself because I was focusing on your what you were saying, and then I forgot to unmute. But what I was saying is that quickly is that of course, eh, not only is the story inspirational, but also it gives a lot of hope to others also. Because
Yeah, it's a very
not that we should wait to get to 100, but many people are on
definitely
your
not. That's the motto. Nobody should wait to go to that level where I was. And it's a very satisfying, when you change someone's life, I believe it's a life-changing experience when you
mm,
learn what works for you on a healthy level. So it's a very satisfying profession. So I think that's my biggest motivation. When someone says that, I will never gain weight again. I will never feel unhealthy. So that gives me another level of exhilaration.
I'm sure, I'm sure. Okay, going a little deeper, Disha, into this, that you've now worked with hundreds and thousands of people,
Yeah,
directly and indirectly through your programs and sessions and online and even in uh, offline settings as well.
yeah,
And this, since my focus is a little bit more about mid-career people, what are the
yeah,
most common uh, issues that you see, fitness-related issues that you see amongst mid-career people? And this is a common question, no men, women, because at some point
absolutely.
men and women are equally unfit physically.
Nowadays, it
So,
doesn't matter. All of
so
us are in
what are
this.
the common ones that you have seen?
See, the most common ones are lifestyle issues, and it has nothing to do. Most of the time, it has nothing to do with genetics. People think that diabetes is happening because my my parents had, or my everybody in my family have it. But no, most of the time, 99% cases of diabetes is lifestyle. Then comes high cholesterol level, fatty liver, BP, um, for women, thyroid and PCOD, menopause management. That's also something that I see a lot of people struggle with. For men, obesity, and a lot of things, diabetes, pre-diabetes. These are very common. Heart health. These are very common health issues, which the precursor is your bad lifestyle, lack of physical activity, and substance abuse, and lack of sleep. One of the most common reason is lack of sleep. And we try to extract more from our body. We forget to understand that there is a limitation to it. And if you want, you kind of, it is as good as running the motor on reserve all the time. You don't want to fuel your
Mm,
engine right. You don't want to oil your body right, oil your machine rightly, so to work. So we are actually, most of us, 99% people are working and extracting. It is as good as the analogy that I gave, that you're running the moped on reserve all the time. And there'll be one time that's when we realize, oh my God, things are just out of our hands now. And then the medical report comes, and you see everything is haywire, from your cholesterol to your vitamin profile to your heart health, hormonal health, everything just goes
So
on for a
I
toss.
think without getting too medical about this, Diksha, what you're saying is that the people you coach, and you coach a wide variety of people,
Yeah.
and even if we don't look at your universe, all the people listening to the show would like right now live, or people who will listen to this or watch this later, we'll see that the symptoms are all around us. Lack of sleep,
Absolutely.
anxiety, mood tantrums, and all these are related to, at some level, physical fitness as well. Of course, there is that
Bilkul.
aspect of yoga, meditation, those things also. But if our body is not physically fit, and even the deeply spiritual people also say that first take care of your body, mind will
Of
come later,
course. Of
right? So
course.
and maybe you need this input. All of us need this input.
Anshuman, if I sorry to interrupt you here,
Sure,
but
sure.
then if you notice this, that most of these issues, um, the precursors are same. You have a very stressful lifestyle. You are stressed at work or because of certain family issues. You're not getting proper sleep. Your food habits are bad. There are no fixed timings. And substance abuse. You're taking alcohol or you're smoking, and you're not exercising. So these are the precursors for most of the issues that people of this age group is facing are facing. So um, then it turns into something else. You are feeling anxious because you were not getting proper sleep, or you're stressed out of something. You are gaining weight, or you're feeling you're feeling lethargic because you're not physically, you're leading a sedentary lifestyle. So see, when God created us, we had everything in balance. There are so many systems running in this one body. There's muscular system, there's skeletal system, there's nervous system, and organs. So it's a super machine. And the moment we are made to do certain physical activities, we're made to think. We are the most intelligent species in this universe. So there is a reason why we are here. So the moment you kind of cut down on those roles, uh, the impact starts coming in and it starts reflecting.
Really well said. And mm, it comes from experience that you are able to share these things. So uh, I was looking at some comments. A couple of people have said that they are facing issues with the live stream on LinkedIn. It is stuttering a little bit. So I have quickly rechecked. It is okay at my end. So
It looks
Ashish
fine at
and
my end too. I can
yeah,
very well.
yeah. So what I can suggest is that please try the YouTube channel. It is usually smooth there, and this is live also. Oh no, this is not live on your channel.
Yeah.
So, couple of people who have complained or raised this issue, please try that. Okay, back to the questions that we had. The we will try and peel the onion a little bit. So we, based on your experience, we looked at what kind of issues typically people face and what happens and all that stuff. And you have helped many of these people, right? So what can people do in general, particularly busy people, mid-career people, to incorporate exercise into their daily routine, right? We'll start there
Yeah.
and then we'll peel it to maybe men, women, elderly and younger people,
Yeah.
so that we can uh, provide some specific input. But there must be some core three, four, five things that everybody should do and can do, and
Sure.
particularly busy people, mid-career, and daily routine. So no gym, maybe, let us say, just to make it simple for everybody.
Yeah, yeah, sure. See, gym is just a choice. Every exercise has certain format where you can incorporate every muscle of your body. So make sure that whatever format of workout you're choosing, your entire body, your entire muscular system is involved, from mind, body to soul. That's the objective of exercising. So, for example, if you like walking or you like running, uh, it needs strength. So you need to have certain exercises planned for you, which gives you that kind of strength and mobility so that you can run better. But if I have to, simplify it in the most layman language, make sure there is some kind of cardiovascular activity, which can be running, walking, swimming, or any sport like badminton, um, football, cycling. All these are cardiovascular. It is very good for you to improve your heart health. But at the same time, along with this, you need to have a strength routine workout in place. And that does not mean gym. You can do strength training with just your body weight, with a simple pair of dumbbells at home, or you can choose Pilates, you can do yoga. These are all exercises where your muscles are involved, and you have to make sure that it's a full body workout, because our body works like a unit. It doesn't work like, some people just want to work on their belly, or they want to grow their muscle on their bicep and chest, and you keep doing certain type of exercises, you will see muscle gain, but it's not a complete approach. You need to work like a full unit, and that's where you achieve that holistic fit and healthy body of yours. And apart from that is nutrition. Like I said, you cannot run your body on reserve. If you are putting so much effort on the physical fitness and your nutrition is incomplete, especially people of this age, where your body, your metabolism, and your organ health is not at your best. Our bodies deteriorate with age. Even if you're at your fittest, your body will deteriorate. That's how we go to the final destination. Every day we are proceeding to that stage. So you have to understand that it is deterring every day, but then how you can slow down that process, how you can make it smooth and comfortable. Nutrition is the key to it. Fuel your body with a well balanced nutrition, home based food. Indian meals are the best meals. You have everything. We have abundance of vegetables. We have good high fiber carbohydrates. We need to incorporate protein. That's something that we do miss, the Indian household meals. But then, with little bit of awareness and guidance, you can make your entire plate colorful, yummy, and healthy to keep you going. And sleep is another thing. Nowadays we are very distracted with the technology and the electronic system. We like to watch TV, we are on phone all the time, or we are attending calls till late in the night. You have to bring that balance. You have to have your fixed sleeping schedule, fixed eating schedule. And that's when these things come in balance, then that's when the exercise part helps you. Otherwise, we're getting to know so many cases now that people are getting heart attacks or while exercising. And what is being told, that certain person got heart attack while exercising. So it's not the exercise, it's the imbalance that we have created, that we are trying to overwork our bodies. We are not giving enough rest and nutrition to ourselves, and still we are trying to push ourselves physically, and then everything is just disturbed and it's haywire. So this balance is very important for people of this age group, because there are certain things which are not in your control. You're a homemaker, or you have kids and you have those kind of financial responsibilities. These things are not under your control, but the things that are under your control, please bring that control. And you have to understand, you are only getting older, you're not going to get younger. So might as well prepare your body for those days. Anshuman, you're mute.
I don't know why am I doing this today. After two sessions, I should get better. But what I was saying is that maybe I'm a little too attentive today. So
Thank
because
you.
this is
I'll take
now
it
this
as a
is an area,
compliment.
and you should, because this is an area where I am also struggling like many other people, and I've shared this many times openly that from somebody who had gained weight and was significantly unfit. I had a very good journey from
Yeah, it is very
2018 to
interesting. I
19,
was so impressed that,
and
from someone who had an injury to someone who's been running, marathons, and
the-
it's commendable. I was
no, thank
very
you,
happy to hear this story.
but I'm not in a happy state currently, because the running part gave me a lot of joy, and I have not been running regularly for last 3 4 years. And maybe the kick that you give me today will
Maybe
put
this
me back
show
on the
or this
road.
interaction will help you to restart.
It should, and I hope it helps others as well, because this is sometimes, Diksha, I say that at the basic level, uh, physical fitness or knowledge about physical fitness is similar to quitting smoking. Everybody knows what to do, right? At
Yes.
least the basic things everybody knows what to do. We should drink more water, sleep well, don't watch too much TV, take care of your movements, all those things everybody knows. The difficulty starts when A, you are unable to do what we are expected to do, and B, you can't get the next level. So the running part gave me the next level. Certainly, I was doing really well, and I lost more than 10 kgs in that process. Of course, over a period of time, I found five of those kgs again, so they are no longer lost. But yeah, so that's an area. But I want to jump into a little bit more. Like we said, we'll peel the onion. So you
Yeah.
shared the general part for which everybody should and must do. And one tip I can share, and particularly for working people who are maybe working from home a lot these days. For example, I have back-to-back meetings, which is a common thing for all corporate people, particularly in the
Yeah.
IT or
Yeah. Yeah.
corporate sector.
Absolutely.
So what I've done is that most of these meetings were half an hour. I have cut them down to 25 minutes. So
Hmm.
what it does is that 5 minutes that I get, I walk around the house, go to another room. I don't keep
Very
a
good
water
habit.
bottle at my desk, so that I go to the kitchen and get water. Even if it is only like 10 meters distance, it breaks the pattern, and at least I'm not sitting for that much time. And I
That's
found
true.
that it has helped me a lot.
Yes, yes. You can, you because you're sitting and attending calls. Another very good thing that you can do is you can do some chair workout. Use your chair. You
Correct.
can do chair squats. You can do 5 minutes of chair squats, another meeting. After that meeting, go and do, you know, chair push ups or use your chair and do lunges or just stretch.
I
So if you have
I
10 minutes,
often do a 1 minute plank between calls.
perfect, perfect. You can do abs also using the chair. And suppose you're attending 6 to 7 meetings a day, and those every 5 minutes, you're actually working out for 45 minutes without specifically taking out
Mm,
that time. And ideally, you just need to do 45 minutes of exercise every day. Yes, it
mm,
is recommended that you do it in one flow, but if your work is so demanding and there are days that it's very busy, just do this. I mean, stop using lift. If you can, use stairs. If you can, your walk down. If you have dogs, walk them out. If you have friends to catch up with, tell them, let's go down and walk while we're talking. If you have calls to attend, I make sure I do this when I'm talking over phone call with my family or my clients also. I keep walking. I don't stand still or sit down and lay down and then talk because I know this call is going to be long. So, you and you don't realize that you've been walking. These are very simple, basic steps that you can be active throughout the day without doing anything very humongous physically and still get the benefits of it.
fantastic. I think so. And while you were saying this, I recall that when we were speaking yesterday, you were actually on a walk, right?
Yeah.
So that
Whenever I
I
have
was
a
able to.
call scheduled, I go out for walk or I'm walking around the house. I enjoy
Mm,
that. I think my thought process, my thoughts, and or my interaction skills are better when I'm walking. I think that's how my brain is tuned now.
Great. Okay, to my audience, I just want to remind that we will be taking live questions very soon. So if you have questions, please put them in the chat box. Depending on whether you are using LinkedIn or YouTube, I will pick the questions and pose it to Diksha. So Diksha, now getting a little deeper once again. So we looked at what can everybody do, what can people sitting at desk can do, and I also reminded everybody that we may think that we know these things. It is about doing them, right? So if
Yeah.
all of us have to be able to do something, and you briefly mentioned nutrition. So can you peel that onion a little bit? That for working professionals, particularly mid-career, what are the three, four things that they should keep in mind about nutrition in terms of quantity, quality? You know, these days intermittent fasting is quite popular. X, Y,
Yeah.
Z. All those four, five. areas. And peel that onion a little bit for me.
Sure. I must add here, Anshuman, continuing to the point that you said that it is like quitting smoking. We know what we have to do, but we are not able to implement it. The Here we fall short of one thing is that we expect too much from us. You have to understand when you're starting your fitness journey after a long gap, or you're starting it like after a big break, you cannot go from square one to square 10 in a day. So make gradual and small changes. And I think those who implement this habit that, okay, let me fix my dinner first. Let me start with this simple habit that after every call, like you, what you do, that after every call for 5 minutes, I'm going to be like walking around or I'll be moving. These are the small things that will motivate you to the next step. Now, coming to the nutrition, the question that you asked, um, if you're a non-vegetarian, I know this misconception that people have that if you're a non-vegetarian, if you love eating non-veg, you have to quit eating non-veg so that you don't gain more cholesterol and heart health and everything. That is true to an extent, depending upon how you're eating your non-veg. But protein, the right source of protein, is very important for this age group. If you eat eggs, make sure there are eggs in your everyday diet. There are chicken or fish or some sort of class one source of protein in your diet. If you're a vegetarian, make sure, and you're not allergic to dairy, make sure paneer is there in your diet, curd is there in your diet, and do not add a lot of things. So best way to manage your nutrition is cook something which is sourced from the base source. you know um, Try to avoid these healthy snacks, the packaged snacks that come in the market. Make it at home. And protein, as I said, is very important. Don't be scared of egg yellows. Having a balanced meal where you are having egg yellows, which is a premium source of a lot of vitamins, and it's cheaper, it takes hardly any time to cook. You can actually have it in your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So make sure protein is in your diet. If you're a vegetarian, you can add sprouts, you can add dalia, oats. You can also add these legumes in your breakfast and make simple dosas with moong dal and everything. These are very healthy breakfast options, keep you light and full for the day. For lunch and dinner, keep it very simple. Make sure in your plate, if you imagine your plate, 50% of your plate should cover only vegetables. It can be cooked sabzi, it can be salad, it can be a soup, but something which is coming out of vegetables. And um, 20% of the remaining plate is your protein, 20 to 25%. Then comes the cooking sauce. You should have good cooking medium to cook your vegetables and dals. Um, Good source of fat are ghee, coconut oil, olive oil to an extent, but a lot of Indian households we have started using refined. Um, so if that is the case, try switching to butter or ghee or coconut oil. And rest is your carbs to give you energy to work throughout the day. And your carbs are again roti, rice, brown rice, idli if you're a South Indian, or dosa will do, or millets. The ancient Indian grains. These are perfect source of carbs which are rich in fiber. You will be energetic. You will feel full for the longer period of time. And like a lot of people have started switching to intermittent fasting, I don't advise that right at the day one. Um, because any kind of specific diet needs discipline. If you're not able to manage it throughout, it will only backfire. So might as well have your 2 to 3 meals. Why to struggle with hunger pangs? You have to carry forward your day with meetings and every commitment. So have a good breakfast, a healthy breakfast, proper lunch and dinner. Carry your meals to your workplace, or make sure that you're eating the home cooked meals. And live life simple. I mean, we bring these jargons of diet, that intermittent fasting, keto, and all that. That's good, it will help you, but then, like I said, you have to start with square one. Square one is fixing your meals, eating the right food at right time, and well balanced meal. If you have a hectic schedule, you cannot incorporate such diets. So do something
Hmm.
which is less complicated and easy to follow. Discipline
Totally
and
understand.
consistency is always more important than the fancy things that we are doing to, the shortcuts that we are trying to take.
Yeah, and I was smiling a little bit, Diksha, because these days for the last couple of years I am quite active on LinkedIn. So unwillingly I have got a tag of creator, right, which I completely hate.
You're
but
the top
because
voice.
yeah, but we don't create, right? The knowledge is all around us. We just analyze it. But anyway, that the top point I wanted to make is that we give exactly the same answer when somebody asks us how do you become a top voice, discipline and consistency. So uh,
It works
the
everywhere, right?
it works
Even with your
everywhere,
career.
whatever
If
career
you've decided
also,
to do something, if it is not consistent, you're not going to get the results.
yeah,
Like,
and anything flashy might work for one day, 2 day, and so on.
exactly.
But again, it is like quitting smoking. It's so easy that we can do it many
Longevity
times.
is the key.
So, okay, we will take some questions now. And people in the audience who, if you have questions, I can assure you that I can't answer any question that you don't ask. So you will have to ask, and then only we can take. Jayant is a regular on the show. He's asking a little bit about, vitamin deficiencies, particularly vitamin D and calcium and
Yeah.
iron related. Why is this more, and what can be done about this?
So one of the two of the most common deficiencies in Indian scenario, and especially post-COVID, is vitamin B12 and vitamin D. And a lot happened because we were at home, we were not getting proper sunlight, and anyways, we don't now go out that often. And because of vitamin D, calcium is interrelated. Your body will not be able to absorb vitamin D if your body is deficient with calcium. And iron is again another, because our genetics are like that, and especially women, we develop these deficiencies. So these are common deficiencies. It is not just because you're not eating properly. Yes, that is one of the reasons, but our genetics are, especially the South Asian community, we are susceptible to certain deficiencies more than other
Others.
nationalities. So even diabetes is also one of the reasons why India has become a diabetic capital, because our genetics are such that we are more susceptible to these imbalances. So the best way to manage it is obviously the right nutrition. You know that eating the best source of vitamin and mineral is vegetables, and of course protein. Eggs, like I said, vitamin B12 is there in eggs. Vitamin D is, you can get it via sunlight and green vegetables. So incorporating what is there nutritionally in your diet as much as you can, but at the same time there's no harm in supplementing it, outsourcing it. If the deficiency is so bad that it is impairing your everyday activity, or you want to bring it back to the level, there's no harm supplementing it and taking it orally, and one should, because like I said, with age and the susceptibility and lack and decline in the metabolism and everything, there's no harm in taking multivitamins or
Yeah.
calcium and D3 supplements. If there is an access in your body with these, you're taking two. If there's no deficiency, but still you're taking these supplements, the body will wash it out with our system. But deficiency will definitely impact your health. Especially most of the vitamins are water soluble, so they flush out if it is in excess. So supplement
Can
it,
I
add it in your nutrition as much as possible, and it should become a healthy habit. I'm sorry, I don't know why, from where the flies are coming.
No problem, no
They are
problem.
also
Maybe
interested today.
you're talking too much about vitamin and protein and all.
Yeah.
But one quick point, I think I'm no expert, but a little bit that vitamin D is something that if it is deficient, it doesn't increase in a very quick time. So sometimes
Yes.
high dosage is required, and please, I would
That is
advise
why
everybody to
it is good
consult.
to get it injected if it is a
Correct.
very high
So
deficiency,
if it is
and
significant
of course
deficiency, and it can
orally also.
happen, it can happen to people. The last few years, people have been stuck indoors, and some parts of the country. And look, sunlight is a very good source, but for some people, it doesn't work the same way as for everybody else. So there may be people with
Absolutely.
severe vitamin D deficiency, and it can be very difficult. But please take medical advice
So
and
yeah,
after
if
due
you
course.
have vitamin deficient, if you are vitamin D deficient, there's a lot of chance that you will have osteoporosis, or
Correct.
your calcium, your bone health will deteriorate. So why to take that chance?
While
Supplement it.
I I share something with people I know that while vitamin D deficiency is reversible, the impact of vitamin D deficiency is sometimes not reversible. So
Exactly. You're right.
why wait for osteoporosis and other issues?
Exactly.
Because the body will give you a chance for 6 months, 1 year, two
These are
years, three
telltale
years.
signs that you need to work on it.
Then it will shut down on you that boss, I gave you chance for 2 3 years, आपने डोज नहीं
You
लिया.
ignored.
So,
That's true. That's
uh,
so true.
okay. Somebody has asked a question. I don't know the context, but maybe as a slightly fitness related professional, you will know this. Asit Man is asking, what about? I think he meant what about people who have protein related allergy skin or allergy related to protein? Is there
Yeah, a lot
something
of
like
people,
this?
I think it is related to the supplements. A lot of people
Hmm.
or fitness professionals like me do recommend having protein supplements, like protein deficiency, like vitamin deficiency. You take supplement if you are protein deficient, or in
Okay.
your everyday diet, there is not much of class one protein. We recommend to add protein supplements, the quality protein supplement, and there's
Okay.
no harm in it. But some people do develop this allergy. It's it's a common thing. Some people do suffer with some gut allergy also. So if you have that, you have to figure out what you need to take an
And
allergy test and figure out there is uh, there is an alternate for everything. If
I
you're
mean,
yeah, if you're allergic
it,
to milk based protein supplement, you can switch to vegan protein supplement. If you're allergic to, in totality, if you're allergic to protein supplement, then you have to incorporate it in your diet. So there is an alternate. Obviously, with allergy, you have to be very careful, and it cannot be 100% supplementation. But then, doing what you can do in the best possible way is the right way to figure out the supplementation part and the nutrition part.
in summary, what you're saying, Diksha, is also that we obviously all of us might have some allergy of one
Yeah,
kind or
yeah,
the
we
other.
do have
The,
that.
sol- the solution is not to avoid it. Solution is to find alternate ways to
Yes, exactly. And
treat,
a
right?
right
So
professional can help you with that. We,
correct.
as a professional, I know, different varied alternates to all kinds of allergy.
Because
That's part of our profession. So whenever there's a health hazard which is not in your control, please seek advice from a doctor or a professional and understand what works for your body.
so quickly we'll take. Oh, so this is not a question. Dhana Mani has. Oh, she's recommending something nice that if you are any one of us is taking calls which does not require screen or video, it is okay to work. I hope Dhana you are
Absolutely.
listening to this while walking around the house. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'll.
I know my clients, I know they've told me that we were actually doing your workout with our headphones where we were not supposed to interact. We just had to listen to it. And they said the retention was even better because, your body is doing some kind of exercise and the headphone is there. And, I retained more out of that call. And I was like, perfect, excellent. This is called multitasking.
So I don't want to miss this question because this might be important for some people and also for people who might listen to this later. Shelly, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I don't have my glasses on. If you can address a little on menopause and how to manage it the best possible way, of course, from a fitness and not as medical advice, but as fitness and nutrition. I understand this is very gender specific, but yeah, is of course, Shelley, the gender you are talking about is 50% of the world, so it is even
Exactly.
more, right?
And
So and it gives birth to 100% of the world. So
exactly.
you know,
So
it is
this is
important.
for 50%, but it cannot be managed without the 100% population involved in it. The partners have to, be a big support system. If you, as a woman, going through this irreversible phase of your life, menopause is very stressful for women women starting the age 40 to 55. It goes up to 55, and we divide this into pre, peri, and post menopause phase, and every phase has its own hormonal, emotional, and physical changes, and every it's irreversible. You have to go through this phase. But yeah, like you asked, that how you can manage it better is by incorporating uh, right diet habits and exercising. Like, now this may sound very like very common answer, but actually that's the best way to manage it. Make sure that you are doing something which is non-tiring workout. I highly recommend women of this age to go to take pilates, yoga, or a light strength training routine. This is not the age or phase where you need to smash weights or go for high intensity workout, because already body is going through a lot. So go for something which is low intensity, not tiring you, but at the same time making you feel better, because you go through a lot of emotional and psychological changes also. Women, specifically during the perimenopause stage, where the phase is going on, have terrible mood swings and hot flashes. So workout has that positive impact. Scientifically, it is proven that when you exercise, you feel good because your body releases certain kinds of chemicals in your body. And non-intensive, I mean less intensity on the exercise will help you to manage the other things, because again, because of the changes in the at the hormonal level, you're already tired and fatigued. So if you do a lot of exhausting workout, you won't be able to sustain it for a long time. Nutrition wise also, not a great time to do intense dieting. No crash diets, no intermittent fasting, no ketogenic diet. Your body needs all kinds of nutrients at this time. You need carbs, you need fat, you need fiber, you need protein to keep it going. So make sure it's a well balanced plate, and read it across. I mean, you need to know what food, it's in general, that what food is giving you what kind of nutrition. If you know that, you actually, it needs a little bit of research and interest, but if you can figure it out, you actually can manage this all by yourself. So staying active, staying bang on the nutrition, and having a support system really works for women who are going through this phase. And sometimes you just don't realize that it just, you know, went on. So talking to
No,
people
I'm
and discussing about it openly, and seeking help whenever possible, is the way to manage it.
and thank you, Diksha. Of course, I expected no less from you, Diksha, but I must thank Shelly for asking this question, because I will be honest, it would not have occurred to me at all. It was not in my list of questions at all, even though it is a very important question.
Very important
But
question. Yes.
the moment I saw it, I realized that my questions can wait. This one is more important. Uh, so thanks a lot, Shelly. I think one quick one. Dana has said that she's walking while watching this. So,
Perfect,
so
Dana.
thanks a lot.
I mean, that's what
Uh,
I would expect. I wish I could also walk, but then
but
the
just
video will be blurry and
don't
hazy.
don't walk on the road. Don't get under something. But
Yeah,
yeah,
walk
and
around the
thanks a
safe
lot,
space, please.
Asit, for your response. Uh, Diksha, one question I'll be interested in this is that, obviously you have a lot of clientele and you also help individuals individually and in
Yeah.
groups as well. What if some people who are listening to this today, or later on, if they listen to this, want to approach you? How do they approach you? How do you package these services? Very briefly, if you can share, so that those who are interested can take that input.
So, if you're seeking professional help and you are more inclined towards online fitness program, then you just have to find me in any of my social media platforms, be it LinkedIn, Instagram, or Facebook, and you just have to inquire there. Send me a DM, and me or one of my teammates will instantly respond to you, and they will, if it is not me, then they will connect me you directly with me. I make sure that all the inquiries I directly take care of and interact, and I prefer having the call first and understand the issue and concerns, and then suggesting which plan to go for. So it's a very one-on-one kind of a program, and we as a team and I as an individual is I'm very approachable in all my social media platforms. You can email me also. So like I said, it is more of a passion than profession. So even if you don't hire me as your fitness consultant, through my social media platforms, the way I add value with my content, I do have the same intention to help people. So I'm sure it will be beneficial for you.
And I must remind, I put the Diksha's website
Yeah,
also
that's
on
my
this.
website. You just have to
Yeah,
register
so
there. Once you register, you fill up the form. I will get a notification, and I will send you all the program details and my direct connect contact number. You can talk to me directly and
fantastic.
have this
And like you said,
process going.
easiest way is to contact on LinkedIn or Instagram or Facebook. You are quite active on Instagram, almost 3 lakh subscribers or followers, as they say,
Yeah,
and so I'm sure they are getting a lot of value from that, because otherwise you don't reach those kind of numbers, right? So
thank you.
thanks quickly for sharing this, Diksha. And one thing I can say is that, if anybody, wants results in 1 week or something, please don't bother. So, right, so after
There are
next
no
week,
shortcuts. There are
next
no
week shadi
shortcuts
hai, and
for
you
the
want to want to get fitter and all that, that this is not that kind of conversation. So
absolutely.
I couldn't help but share that, because I know all your content, Diksha, is more for sustainable long term thing, and anything that you want for longer term has to be invested in, right? So
Absolutely.
Shelly is thanking you. Thanks a lot, Shelly.
Pleasure, Shelly. Thank you.
You will be surprised, Diksha. Both my parents are attending this show. So if I have been
Oh
well
my
behaved
God.
now,
Regards.
now,
Regards to
now
them
you
too.
know. So
Now
maybe
I
that,
think there is more possibility that you will get back to your lifestyle. Parents are watching.
yeah. But the real boss is not watching today live, so she will watch it later. So that is the moment of reckoning.
Oh
But
my God.
very quickly, since my parents are attending, I'm sure there are people in my age group whose parents, let's say people in the age, slightly elderly, 75 age group. What
Yeah.
can they do on a daily basis to stay fitter or be a little bit mobile? And prompted by, because I realize that both
Yeah.
my parents are there. So similarly, other parents will also be there, right? So very quickly, because we are almost at the end of the allotted
So
time.
I'll start with an anecdote here, Anshuman.
So
So somebody from a royal family, she's a royal, and I will not take the name of the place and everything, but she's at 70 and she has recently joined my program. And she was like this only, in the same concern that now I'm 72. There's hardly any physical activity. There's not much social interaction and other responsibilities. So I'm actually happily enjoying my retirement life, but I want to manage this age better. So how can I do that? I just told her that already there are certain kinds of medications that you do start at this age group. So with that, and you have certain digestive issues as well. So you have to make sure that here the concept of eating high protein diet or eating certain things mandatorily is not going to work. So you have to eat something which works with your gut, which keeps you healthy and keeps you going, but at the same time fits marginally into the nutritional profile also. Of course, without the right nutrition, you won't be able to take it further. But then at the same time, you cannot eat everything. So you have to make sure there's so many vegetables, all kinds of dals, easy to digest, grains and everything. So do that. I mean, make sure that that is there. Add a lot of soups and dals and vegetables in your diet. And a simple walk routine for this age group can also be very beneficial, because right now at this stage you just need to take care of your heart health. That's your primary concern. How you're looking or how your body is, of course, if you're overweight, the other things will impact, but then it is about the internal health that I'm trying to focus on. That this is the time where you need to focus on the internal organ health or overall health. So make sure that you walk, you do some kind of light movement, how much ever the body allows you. And if you can hire someone who can look after your diet and exercise, please go for it. You're mute. You're on mute, Anshuman, again.
This one is this is going to be one of those shows in all my 82 ones where I've been mute at least 4 times. But all let me blame you for that, right? So as long as we can blame somebody, we are fine in life. But what I was saying is that I hope my parents were around toward the end of the shows to listen to what now I can say that मेरी नहीं सुनते हो कोच की सुनना चाहिए. So
Yeah.
that may help. But we are up on time, and some feedback coming in. So thanks a lot. We had some questions around stress management, but from Muhammad Yusuf Mirza. But Yusuf ji, I will have to skip that question. But you know, one advantage of these sessions, Diksha, is that since this is on LinkedIn as well, so and Yusuf Mirza is on LinkedIn. So Yusuf ji, if you can DM your question or message your question
Yeah.
to Diksha, she will be able to, or it will be on this page, event page
Yeah.
also.
On the
She will be
post
able to
itself,
answer it.
I'll
Uh,
definitely
uh, so
try
don't
my
worry.
best.
We will take your question. Only that we can't take your question live in this thing. Many other messages. Thank you very much, everybody. Anthem and quite a few other people. Jain, Tasis, Sri Ram, Sriram, we were able to Rajan, Albert. I think Albert joined from Nigeria. So good all-round session. Thank you, Diksha. I will not take much of your time anymore, but this is very informative, and I must say, one of my sessions where I was, of course, on more in the listening mode because I also had to learn. And I have told you earlier, there is a selfish motive why I am doing this this show
I'm so glad
publicly
I
because
could do this, Anshuman.
uh,
I'm so glad we could
no,
do this.
we could, and I'm glad it worked out because sometimes these kind of conversation can be a little preachy. So thanks
Yeah,
for
of
not
course.
making it preachy, making it you made it very practical. You made it something that people can do. Of course, all of this is backed by science and practice, but we can't really discuss the science and practice in these talks. These are meant to motivate and encourage people to get up and do something about it, right?
Yeah.
So and I will again remind everybody that fitness is generally at a basic level is about like quitting smoking. We all know what to do. Is about you know we all know we should drink 3 to 4 liters of water. We all know we should have 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Knowing is not enough. Doing is
Practicing
important.
is
So
absolutely.
so, and if you do need help in doing, please reach out to a professional. It could be Diksha, it could be any other professional. If you need help in your particular city, I'm sure there are more people who you can reach out to. Diksha is, of course, very celebrated national level, awarded from Government of India kind of coach. But don't limit to the ones you know. If somebody is around you, close to you, in your city, you are more comfortable, please go ahead with that. Diksha also conducts online sessions, so if that's okay with you to look at a screen and do, and the pandemic has taught us that it is very effective. So wo bhi chalega.
Yeah, yeah.
With that, I will end the show. Diksha, thank you very much, and thank you to my
Thank you so
audience.
much, Anshuman. I'm so
Anytime,
obliged today.
anytime.
Thank you.
No, no, my pleasure. And we will, you are in Bangalore now, so we should meet up as
Yeah,
well. I usually end the show with the reminder of the next show, but this time I won't. I'm taking a small break for a couple of weeks in terms of, not doing the shows every week. So, but I'll be back quickly. So, with
I'm
that,
sure you
thank
will
you
use
and
this
bye.
break for your health and
Oh, yeah,
for your
yeah,
medicine.
absolutely.
You need to resume back.
I didn't mention, but I do take a 1 hour walk every day.
Perfect.
At least 6 days of the week, I am on the road for at least 1 hour.
Perfect.
So that has helped me quite a bit, and in terms of stress management and physical fitness as well, stamina as well, and it just gives me a lot of ideas as well. So
Perfect.
good. Thank you, and we will let everybody go with
Thank you.
last
Thank
one
you so
comment
much.
from Yusuf Mirza. Yusufji, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye bye, everyone.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank
Stay,
you.
stay fit, stay happy.